Alright, here we go at the first ever Pro Brusher tournament for Silver and Under players. We have the Protoss player spawning at the 6 o'clock position, and the Terran at the 12 o'clock position. Now, once these are good spawns for taking this third base right here, and this base. So we can expect to see a macro-heavy game if they don't have a combat in the middle. Well, let's get to the match. Let's look at the production tab, probes, and SCVs. Now the Protoss player is sending out his 9 scout, his scout worker at 9. Pretty average for Protoss player. And the Terran player is nothing out of the ordinary right now, just SCV, building into supply depot. The Protoss player is, of course, scouting the wrong position. And the Terran player is being Terran. Oh, I forgot to mention this is the first game of the semifinals. I mean the first team semifinal game. You know what I mean. So now we have the Terran players scouting the wrong position as well. Now Protoss player is about to reach the Terran's base. And let's go to his camera. Of course, he's maintaining, as you can see, he has very unusual hotkeys. I hope there's a method to this madness. Looks like he has about 7 probes hotkeyed. Going for the gas steal. That is very bold. You don't see that too often from Protoss players. But it does. It's probably, it is worth the it's worth the minerals that he lost. Because this Terran player is going to limit his Marauder production on that one gas supply, and he has 1 SCV on gas. You should always have 3. That's a no-no. Let's check back at the Protoss player's base. Gateway Cyber, standard opening. Terran's SCV is finally going to get a scout in here. And the Protoss player is, the gas is still up. This 1 Marine is going to take it out though, eventually. Now the Terran player is not using his barracks for some reason. And we have warp gates from the Protoss player. Very standard. You should be chrono boosting this any second now. There we go. Building a 2-gate cyber core. Standard. He's getting the stalker. As I see, he skipped the zealot. So if you're a Protoss player, you always want to get that stalker out fast for Reapers, because you never know. Now, as we see, he changed his rally points on the gateways to this lead stalker, who is probably going to stop at this watchtower. Very smart of him. Now, the Terran player is still on 1 gas, while the Protoss player is on 2, but he's not using his. So at 25 supply, the Terran player is behind in gas. Now the stalker was peeking up here, but he saw the Marines, and he's going to back out. Possibly go to this watchtower. Nope. Alright. Terran player should have built his reactor now. He needs that gas. Hotkeys are on 5. Let's see, he's using all his buildings. That's good, that's good. He's building the factory. Protoss player, we got a lot going on. We have an extra gateway and the robotics facility. So he's going 3-gate rail. It's a very good build, especially against Terran players, because you get that early supply of gateway units, which you need to hold off the Marine rush. And you get the Immortals and the Colossus fast as well. Terran player's going for his Starport. It looks to be a standard Marine Marauder medevac technique. Terran player is finally getting his gas. He should have got this as soon as he destroyed the assimilator here. As you see, he is at 33 gas, and he has 1 Marauder because of it. 2 Marauders. And he's got his factory going, putting a reactor on the starport, fairly standard. The Protoss player still has a bunch of probes hotkeyed. I don't know why. Pumping on a server. As you see, he's got this Immortal. This will help with the Marauders a lot. He's got 2 sentries with a decent amount of energy. Terran player is finally getting his orbital command. He should have got this around 20 supply. Behind on that too. Checking out the APMs, 43 and 92 for the yellow Protoss. Let's check out the units tab. We have Protoss player, a significantly larger army. Let's check out the income tab. Protoss is ahead in the economy. But Terran just called down a mule, so that should level things out. Now we see he's trying to build a tank, but he's supply locked. Building 2 supply depots, that's good. Whenever you're supply locked, you always want to build 2 of what you need for supply, because you're going to have all that extra money to spend. He's getting tanks, and he's got a good Marauder chunk now. He really should have a reactor on this barracks. Protoss player is coming in for a scouting attack. As we see, he's peeking